Tēnā tātou Taranaki. You're here with Jen Hammonds. I am from Sustainable Taranaki, and we are recording the Talking Taiao, our podcast. I'm here with Suzy.
Tēnā koutou katoa. I am the Zero Waste Manager at Sustainable Taranaki and also looking after Crop Swap as well, which is one of the things we're here to talk about today.
Yeah. So we're here to talk about Crop Swap and to talk about the sustainable backyards. My role at Sustainable Taranaki is coordinating our awesome Backyards Trail, which is coming up for 10 years, as well as Crop Swap's 10 years. So Suzy and I thought we'd get together and share a little bit about these two initiatives and how we're going to celebrate them.
We're going to have a massive Crop Swap Sustainable Backyard event right here at Escape Coffee.
Yeah.
Such an awesome venue.
Awesome.
I love what they've done with the place. It's beautiful.
It's really cool. We had a bit of a hiccup with the venue for our big celebration, and Tom from Escape has come in and saved the day. Saved the day. But it's really fitting because Escape is one of our major sponsors for the Backyards Trail, or for the Sustainable Trails. And on reflection, actually, the space is great. So it's been really cool. We're super excited to have Escape as the venue for our 10-year celebration, and this is why we're here, isn't it? Like, just to kind of ad-lib talk through what it's all about. I think I was out the other day and someone said, "Oh yeah, those are those hippie gardens." And I was like, "Oh, awesome. Is that what you think?" Oh, shivers. We better maybe establish ourselves around what is sustainable backyards. For me, I see it as backyards where people are growing for productive use, whether it's eating like kai or health. Our backyards, our hosts, they are often organic or looking at permaculture principles, but really the people, when you visit, you just pick up tips on growing anything, like it's so many ideas for how to take your section to the next stage. On reflecting on that, I was like, it's actually a really awesome range of small like size, so small properties to really large farms, but also the different stages of people's journeys, which is really, I think, really worthwhile having, because when you're starting out growing, it's great to see those properties that have been established for 15, 20 years and they are just megalodons of information. But it's also really nice to see those properties that have just been going for a couple of years and you're like, actually that's really achievable. That's what I could do. This year, we are adding on 2 new trails, which is the Sustainable Builds Trail and the Sustainable Farms Trail. And these I guess have always been a part of the Backyards Trail. When I was in the trail last year, I think, we've got solar and an EV, so people are really always interested in knowing elements of your house. There's actually room to separate those out and have them as their own trail, and the same with the farms. They've always been a part of it, but actually navigating visitors around a working farm does require a few different things. Doing it, sampled by a herd of cows. But tell us about the 10 years for Crop Swap and how it all started out. Oh, and actually tell us what Crop Swap's about, actually.
Okay, well, Crop Swap, really it's a movement that's now grown from Taranaki across New Zealand, and it's about people coming together to share their abundance of the things that they've grown in their gardens, and even the things that they've preserved in their kitchens. There's actually a whole range of things that people bring to crop swaps, and you get to a crop swap and you lay it out and you swap the cool things that you've made or preserved or baked, but also like maybe books on gardening or some egg cartons. And the cool thing, it's not just about the swap, it's actually about the community that it creates and the relationships that are built by people going on a regular basis. It's usually once a month in different places, and then they go there and then they meet the same people and they have a chat about, like, what is that strange thing that you have bought today, and they share ideas about the local growing conditions, and they share recipes and and just have a good old chat. It's not a one-for-one swap, so you don't have to come along with like your bunch of parsley and feel like you have to go up to somebody and only swap one-to-one.
Yeah.
You just put whatever you can bring on the table, and then you wander around and look at all the other cool things, and then when the swapping starts, you can take whatever you want.
And say you've got a whole bunch of leftover egg cartons.
Yeah.
You know, like really it's sort of, you can just come along, check it out, and then talk to people there, and sort of find out the ins and outs.
Yeah, and I mean the main thing, like there's all ages at crop swaps, so it's just about being, you know, respectful of each other as well. Maybe there's only 5 different yogurts, so don't take them all. Yeah. You know, just be respectful of others.
Yeah, that's it.
Just take
one.
We
know they're good.
Well, yeah,
but ease off there.
Ease off back off. And people are generally really respectful at crop swaps as well, and do share, you know, what they have. So it's great. It's a really cool idea.
And you know, the more I think about it, the more synergy there is between this, you know, alignment with crop swap and backyards, because you know, you grow, and often if you're growing crops, you know you have this abundance, and you know you preserve it, you bake with it, you freeze it, you give it away to neighbours, and then you're like, what the hell am I going to do with the rest of these broad beans?
Yes. Yeah.
So it's a great way to then take that abundance and share it around. And I think, you know, the same could be almost said with like the knowledge of our host gardeners. They have like this abundance of knowledge, and it's just that platform, that opportunity to have visitors onto their property and to share it, you know.
So, you know, just a bit of the history of Crop Swap. So it did start here in Taranaki, which is pretty cool. And, you know, it came from an idea from Francisca, who wanted some lemons for a recipe, and she saw some lemons growing on a tree and thought, why am I going to buy them when I could potentially just, you know, ask the person for the lemons? And so she did, and then she ended up giving them the whatever she made from them. There's probably about, you know, 10-ish crop swaps in Taranaki, and then there's about 40 around the country. And it's sort of just grown organically. Like, you know, people have heard about the idea and just thought, oh, I'll check out cropswap.co.nz to find a map and see, is there one nearby?
Yeah.
And if there's not, a whole bunch of people have just gone, right, I'm going to set one up. And, you know, and there's actually great resources on the website as well if you want to figure out how to set one up and run it yourself.
Awesome. If I think back to where I've seen the backyard starting out, it was one of the wahine who were working for Sustainable Taranaki, Ursula, I'm pretty sure. And it just started out with sort of eight properties. And again, in Taranaki, small scale, but it really fed into like the wider kaupapa of Sustainable Taranaki of showing people what could be done. What about you with Crop Swap? Have you been personally involved in Crop Swap?
So I was working for Sustainable Taranaki, and the word came out that they were looking for somebody to help to promote Crop Swap across the country. So so just little bits and pieces of promoting over the last 6 months or so. Should we talk about the event?
Yeah, let's. We've talked about Crop Swap, we've talked about Sustainable Backyards, and now let's talk about this 10-year celebration of the amalgamation.
Put it in your diary. It's November the 3rd. That's a Sunday morning, 9 o'clock till 10 o'clock. Yeah. Because crop swaps are quite fast. You know, everyone gets in there. So we're going to open the doors at 9 o'clock. And so what that means is that if you've registered, because we do want you to register.
On sustainablebackyards.org.nz.
Nice.
It's
a free event. So all you need to do is register. So we know how many people are coming, because we're going to have cake. And we need to know how many people are coming so we can bake a massive cake.
Yeah, we've got a massive cake. Well, we're actually talking it up. It's going to be a beautiful cake. It's going to be a beautiful cake from Wild Pear.
So we've got 60 people already have signed up, which is amazing. So this place is going to be humming. And their whole concept is it's a celebration of Backyards Trail and Crop Swap, and a celebration of crop swappers around Taranaki. So we're going to have crop swappers from all around the Moonga showing up with their beautiful abundance from their gardens, and they'll come in here at 9 o'clock, and we'll lay it out on the tables. And everyone will get a chance to wander around and have a look and a chat and see what, you know, amazing stuff we've got. We've also got some sponsors coming on board who are going to also provide some little treats for everybody as well.
Yeah, I know that Wild Pear, hasn't they? They're bringing some little maybe salad samplers.
Yeah, around about 9:20, we have a few speeches.
Yeah.
They're going to be quite
I think
fast.
I'm one of them.
You are one of them.
Must write that.
Francisca is going to also have a wee chat representing Crop Swap, and then one of our guardians, Melissa from Maryland's, is going to actually tell everyone how a Crop Swap runs. There'll be people here who've never been to a Crop Swap before, and that's the whole point. If you've never been and want to come, great, come along, bring a couple of flowers.
Bring those egg cartons.
Or egg carton, or, come along. But there'll be plenty to go around. I should mention, we're going to have things like some spot prizes.
Oh, yes. Oh my gosh, you've got all of those really cool tea towels printed, Crop Swap tea towels.
Yes. Some of them are going to be, the tea towels will be on sale as well.
Some Fruity Gardener vouchers from Aidan at the Fruity Gardener. I'm trying to think, we have some Escape Coffee giveaways. So we've got some really cool giveaways.
Yeah, we'll cut the cake and then we'll have the Crop Swap. Everyone can wander around and mindfully take different items. They have to start a conga line or something that comes through. And there'll be some tea and coffee available. So even after the Crop Swap finishes, we don't have to all just bust it out of here. We can, if you have some time, you can sit around, have a cup of tea, have a chat. There'll be baking, so you can eat your baking and eat some of the cake. Have a coffee. Yeah, have a coffee. And it's really just a really good way to celebrate the fact that these people have been running Crop Swaps for 10 years, and it's an amazing amount of effort that goes into Crop Swap. People bake and make yogurt and soap and all sorts of things, and also to celebrate the 10 years of Sustainable Backyards Trail. Yeah, I mean, for us, it's quite a busy day. So we're doing the setup, we've got the event, but then afterwards we're jumping on our bikes and we're running an e-bike tour. Around some of the backyards. Still have a few paces left for Saturday. And then, you know what, if you miss out on the e-bike tour, there are some other cool ways to tour around our backyards sustainably. You can hire an electric vehicle, which I think, if you jam-pack it with people and you hire it for, I think it's $250 for the day, but if you're hiring it, you've got friends from out of town, it drops it right down to $120 a day or something like that, so don't have to pay for gas. How do people find out about where you can hire the EVs from? Again, on the same website, sustainablebackyards.org.nz, so you'll see the 10-year event, you'll see the e-bikes event, you'll see all of our ticketed events. Tours, what else have we got for tours? We've got a bus tour down in South Taranaki, which is really cool, a focus on South Taranaki this year. So the bus leaves from Hawera. You just reminded me when you said South Taranaki, I should have mentioned that the Hawera upcycling people are also contributing some beautiful sewn items for Crop Swap bags, produce bags, flags, etc. Yes, so that'll be super cool to see. South Taranaki is going to be a real hub this year. We've got our hosts down there have aligned all of their workshops, so you can go to 4 workshops in a day. The bus tour is South Taranaki District Council helped with the funding for this. So you can visit 4 properties and go to 3 tours and then 3 workshops. All 4. So it's like a package deal. $25. That's ridiculously cheap. Bargain of the century. And if you've got kids, it's $10. Oh, we've got some vans, so we've got a van going from Hawera out to Parihaka for their Mara kōrero from Urs is letting a kōrero out there. We have another van leaving Hawera to go out to Ballymullen Farm, so you could go check out their progress towards regenerative dairy and potato crops, and then also go visit Opanaki High School, who are building tiny homes with their students. You actually get to go jump on the tools and there's a guy from Makita there, Sol, and he's going to help out with Mike Griggs, the teacher, and you can jump on some equipment and try out your DIY skills. In terms of other events, we've actually got another event here at Escape. Jane Bright and Barbara Hammonds are running a Secret of Seeds workshop, which I helped out with their presentation last week, and I was like, man, there's some secrets, eh? There's some secrets. Really interesting. So I would recommend going to the Secret of Seeds. Yeah. We've got a couple of other real gardening focused ones. Bina Denton from Greenbridge is running an intimate hands-on workshop on how to design and lay out your own edible garden and food forest. Another cool collaboration is Permaculture New Zealand. They are holding their national hui at the Green School. We've helped
help them work out some tours, so for their members, and in return, we can sell tickets to their Sunday workshops. So I think like $95, and you can go and pick four 1-hour workshops that you want to go to out at the Green School on that Sunday. The 10th. Yeah, the next Sunday will be the 10th.
Yeah. Are you guys selling the seeds again this year? They're always great. The wildflowers are amazing.
We have them at a whole bunch of places, like cafes. I know Wild Pear has some. Couple other cafes around. Here we don't have the seeds for sale, but I think it's because these guys, you can buy the bundle cards from here, and they come with a free packet of seeds.
Perfect.
So if you want to get a bundle card, visit 5 Backyards for $12 and a free packet of seeds.
Amazing.
Our last sort of 2 paid events are the following week. So one's with the Builds Trail. So you can go to like a workshop if you're interested in building sustainably. You can go and out to Matt's house from Kahu Glen, and him along with other people who have built sustainably or who are keen to. And it's like a shared, like a facilitated discussion around what context you used, what materials went well, you know, sharing advice, sharing failures, sharing challenges. And we also have Martina from Blue Petal. She is running an event, a paid event for infusing oils, culinary, a lot of cooking oils, but she also does like amazing cocktails. I went out there one day. Like cocktails. What's better than cooking oils? Cocktails. We'll leave it there.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jen.